I'm Ricky, but you already knew that. And I really think that sometimes if you want something, if you put it out into the universe, into the atmosphere, sometimes the atmosphere listens. So I really want to talk about what I want and what I want to do, because I think that maybe if I say it out loud more enough, if I say it out loud enough times, then it's more likely to happen, eventually at least. So, I've been in college for almost a whole year now. I've almost finished my first year, and I've really enjoyed it, and it's really put things into perspective for me about, like, what do I want to do with my life? Because we've been asked that a million times growing up. You know, when you were 5, they asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you said, I want to be whatever. When you were, and then they asked you again when you were 10, when you were 13, when you were 17. And when you were 17, it started to get a little more real. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you'd have to be like, I don't know. And that, at least that was what me. That was what the case for myself. But I have started to imagine and started to believe in the possibility of being able to achieve my goals lately, which I'm really happy for, because for a long time they seemed like dreams, and then that was it. They seemed like things that were unattainable and just things that were nice to dream about, but they were things that I was never going to actually be able to accomplish just because they were too big. And I don't know why I ever thought like that, but thank goodness for college, because it's opened my eyes and it's made me realize and help me come to realize, I guess, that anything's possible as long as if you want it bad enough. So I guess what I'm trying to answer right now is, what do I want to be when I grow up? And this is like the epitome, like my end goal, my end game. My name is Ricky. I like to talk. One day I want to be on a daytime talk show. I know. I don't know why I'm laughing right now, because it's just so weird to say, but that is what I want out of life. Okay, I love daytime talk so much. It is one of the few things in life that brings me such joy and satisfaction, because I'm actually a 90-year-old woman on the inside, even though I'm only 20 in real life. But I love daytime talk shows, and I'm saying I'm specifically wanting to be a daytime talk show host, not a nighttime. I'm not trying to be on at 4 in the morning. Those shows are great, but that's not my zhuzh. I'm trying to be on daytime, because I think that there isn't any, not that there's not any, but there isn't any enough male representation on daytime TV. Because originally, like back in the day, a long time ago and leading up to now, daytime talk was intended for people who stayed home during the day, because that's who would, those are the people who would watch TV during the day, and that was typically people like stay-at-home moms or housewives or things like that, and so that was usually the demographic that daytime talk geared themselves toward. But I think now it's 2017, and there are all sorts of people doing all sorts of things, and all sorts of people who are home during the day, even though they got other things at night or whatever. There are people who want to have something to turn on and listen to. And so that's what I want. And that's what I want so badly. Like, I've never been able to realize, to like say out loud, I guess, what it is that I want out of life. What do I want to do with myself? And that is what I want. And when I say daytime talk, I also mean, like, I'm specific about panel. I want to be on a panel show, because as much as I love myself, and as much as I could listen to myself talk all day, all night, forever and ever, I know that I'm not for everybody. And I also enjoy hearing, whenever a topic's brought up to me, I enjoy giving my opinion, but I also like hearing other people's opinion. And so let me go ahead and just give you my like fantasy. If there was a like dream panel of hosts that I could have, sitting alongside me, I'd be in the middle, of course, because hello, it's Ricky. But I would like to have KeKe Palmer. Okay, you all know KeKe Palmer. She was on Aquila and the Bee back in the day. She did a couple things with Disney Channel. Right now she's on Scream Queens with Ryan Murphy. KeKe Palmer, because she keeps it real, she keeps it funky, she keeps it fresh. I would like to have somebody like Tyler Oakley on a panel show, because, hello, Tyler Oakley. I don't know why I'm being so weird. But when I'm talking about male representation being needed more in daytime TV, I'm also talking about gay representation being more in daytime TV. I mean, obviously Ellen is the matriarch for gay representation everywhere. but I mean, I'm specifically regarding daytime talk, but I think it would be cool to have, no shade at Ellen for being quote unquote old, but I think it would be cool to have a younger perspective, you know, from my generation at least. That's what I'm trying to get at. As I think it would be awesome to have people from my generation talk on, you know, the goings on of the world today and what they're passionate about and what they like. And also, I happen to like boys, and that provides an interesting perspective, definitely. And that's what you want out of a daytime panel talk show, I think, is you want people who, a group of 4 or 5 girls and guys who are, you know, from this ethnic background or from this cultural background, and they have all sorts of, you know, different experiences and different worldly knowledge and different upbringings that have shaped their opinions and views, even where you're from. I'm from Utah, and as liberal as I am about a lot of things, sometimes I can, you know, be a little bit more conservative about other things just because of where I'm from. That's just like how, you know, things are. And so that's my goal. So anyway, what I was talking about, KeKe Palmer is going to be on there. We're going to have Tyler Oakley on there. It's going to be me. And then I think we could use somebody around the same age as us, but maybe a little bit older, like maybe a little wiser. I don't know. I would love somebody like Stacy London, because I don't know if you guys know who Stacy London is, but she was on What Not to Wear back on TLC back, you know, quite a few years ago, and she's been hosting Love, Lust, or Run on TLC, which in my opinion is not as good as What Not to Wear was, but I still love Stacy London. She's the aunt in my head. Like, if I had ever envisioned having an aunt who I was like, who I idolized and who I was obsessed with, Stacy London would have been that person. She's a little bit not in the same demographic as I am and as these other people are, but somebody like her, at least. I mean, if you just got a gray streak, we can talk, you know what I'm saying? And sure, something like this maybe doesn't seem relatively possible right now, or maybe it isn't, but I think that the more you believe in something happening and the more you talk about it, the more you put it out there, the more likely it is to happen. Because there was a while where I thought that everything I wanted out of life was too big, was too impossible, was too hard to ever reach, I guess. And I'm not thinking like that anymore. Sure, I have really, really big goals and aspirations, but what's wrong with that, you know? What's wrong with wanting to do something like that? Sure, I'm from a small town in Utah, and sure, people from where I'm from don't typically get careers in the kind of industry I want to. For the longest time, I thought I wanted to be an actor, and I still love acting, but it's not my main passion. My main passion is, I think, talking. And as weird as that is, and as maybe different from a lot of people's passions that is, it's what I like to do, and it's something I think I'm really good at. And even though it still kind of does seem a little impossible to me, I think that a combination of first putting it out there in the universe and working for it is what's gonna help me reach my end game, at least. And I love daytime talk shows. If you all ever need a good daytime talk show recommendation, hit me up. Current favorites, The Real. It's a newer one, and it's a daytime panel talk show, one of my faves. And it's got 5 girls on it. It's got Lonnie Love. I don't know if any of you know her. She's a comedian. She used to be on Chelsea Lately back in the day. She would be on the round table and make guest appearances sometimes. She's really awesome. It's also got Adrienne Bailon. Who's now Adrienne Houghton. She just got married. But she was a cheetah girl back in the day. So lots of people who are my age, you guys probably know her. You remember her. She was the curly-haired one, okay? And then it's got Tamara Mori Housley, who is from Sister, you know, the Tia and Tamara. It's Tamara. She's really awesome. And then it's also got Jeannie Mai, who used to have a lot of gigs on the Style Network. I don't know if any of you have ever seen anything on the Style Network. But she's a fashion expert, and she's really bubbly, and they talk about really great things all the time, and I love it so much. It's like my favorite daytime TV show. They used to have Tamar Braxton on it, who was Toni Braxton's youngest sister. That's where she got her claim to fame, I guess. She's also a singer. I love her. I'm a hella big fan of Tamar Braxton. She got fired in the last season, and I'm a teeny bit salty about it still, but I love her anyway. So that's one of my current favorite TV shows. I watch it every single day. I also really love Wendy Williams. I don't know if any of you know who she is, but she is this big, proud black woman, and she is also an aunt in my head. I love her so much. I watch her every single day. She spends the entire hour of her show talking about hot topics where she, you know, breaks down things that are going on in pop culture, which is my world, and she gives her opinion, and it's usually pretty loud and proud, and she is not afraid to admit any of that. So those are like my two faves right now. I also really like, I don't really like The View as much, but it's a good one. I like The Talk. I used to like more when Leah Remini was on it. But she's not on it anymore, and since she got kicked off, I was kind of like, if Leah Remini's not on it, then I'm not really into it. Anyway, I'm rambling right now because I'm sure several of you don't really know who the H I'm talking about, but that's okay. I'm just saying basically that I love to talk, and I want to continue to do it, and I'm gonna try. And right now, this is what's working for me. I'm enjoying talking to a camera. I didn't know I would like doing it as much as I do, but I really enjoy it. I really like it. Really have loved the way it makes me feel, and the way it helps me release and like get things out, because I got a lot to say a lot of the times, and I don't know who to necessarily pour that out to all the time. So it's nice to have this outlet to, you know, release all of my inner mess, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, if you want something, if you want it bad enough, put it out in the universe, put it out in the atmosphere, work hard enough, work hard for it. Otherwise, wanting it's not bad enough, you gotta work hard for it, and I'm ready to work hard for it. I don't necessarily know where to start, but I'm trying. So, what more do you want for right now? Right now, that's what's working for me. So yeah, thanks for watching if you're still here. Thanks for listening. I will see you next week, I guess. Okay, bye.